Hello, friends. I'm Cassamndra Joan Butler. This is Cosmic Connections for today, the 25th of June, 2025. And we're going to be talking about the new moon. And we're going to be talking about next week's first quarter moon. And we're going to be talking about whatever you want to talk about. Because the question of the week might be this: is anyone out there feeling motivated to take action in your life in a new way that creates more safety, security, community, safety, and security? All right. Hi, Sam. Hello there. Hi, Trish. Hi, Penny. Because that's what this new moon is, I believe, communicating to each of us. We may be feeling a little fired up, and I'll get to the charts in a quick moment. I know I'm fired up with a lot of excitement. Friends, I did not place the link on the beginning of this webinar, but you can remember this beautiful name, Lily Dale Assembly. I'm teaching a class tomorrow on the Saturn, Neptune, psychic gifts, and so much more than cultivating your psychic abilities. It's about really taking some steps in the next 2 years, essentially, and becoming more mindful of the way you're using your mind. Many of us have done mindful meditation, right? It's like in the lexicon of everyday living. Mindful meditation. But we have to mind our mind in the upcoming, literally for the rest of our lives, because this beautiful opportunity is presenting itself. And we get a sneak preview the first 2 weeks of August, and it culminates on February 20th of 2026, when Saturn and Neptune start this new cycle at 0 degrees of Aries. And Aries rules the head, it rules the mind, it rules the brain. So I'm so delighted and so happy and honored to be teaching at Lilydale. And we also are going to have a virtual option. So I'm 5 minutes away from the beautiful Lilydale Sacred Grounds. I'll be there at 2 o'clock to teach and at 7 o'clock to teach, and I hope you're there with me. And if it's not, I don't think it's too late. You just go online. There's 2 versions of this class, and please sign up, because you'll learn a lot of astrology. Even if you know 0 at this moment, take the 2 o'clock option, because I really cater to folks who are brand new to astrology, and I kind of coach you along the way, so you can walk away with a whole lot more appreciation of this language that connects us. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Angie. Hi, Gail. This is fun. Gail, we're so close. Hi, Mary. Hi, Nancy. It's the beginning part is Nancy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are you feeling it, my friend? Hey, Audra. Hello, dear friend. Hi, Gabriela from Vancouver. This is so much fun. And Valerie, I just saw you, beautiful friends. Love it. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Donna. Hi, Patty. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Christine. And Miss Sam. Hello, Trish. Hello, Penny. Thanks for being here, friends. So again, that's my commercial for the night. And then, if you don't know anything about astrology and you've gotten that little calling inside of your inner voice saying, what is this woman talking about? I'd like to know more. Then on Sunday, I'm doing an all-day seminar through the Fellowships of the Spirit. You can also book that online. It's from 10 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. And yes, there's a virtual option. So I just bombard you, and I think in a very good, proficient, competent way, because I've been doing this teaching for a long, 3 decades. All right, so I hope you can attend. Now, back to the topic of the day. When the sun and the moon come together, they create a new moon energy. It is the one time of the entire month when we get fired up to start something new. Even if you're not aware of it, unconsciously, you may be saying to yourself, like I said, I would like to have more action in my life to create more security in my life and to help the people in my life out more, my tribe, my family of the heart, or my biological or related family, because Cancer is about family. And we all know that we can be very, very, very close with people who are not our blood relatives. And we can be very, very not that connected with people who are our blood relatives, and vice versa. So whomever is family for you, you want to probably be motivated with this new moon to take action, to help, to assist. Why? Because this new moon that took place at 6:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time early this morning was attached to Jupiter. And Jupiter is generosity, and Jupiter is protection, and Jupiter is expansiveness and learning. And Jupiter is a benefic planet. What that means, it's a lucky planet. So it's really activating this new moon and saying, wow, I want to take some action, because that's what the sign of Cancer, a cardinal sign, likes to do, take action. And see that red line in there? It's also working off the energy of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, along with Ceres, along with Black Moon Lilith. That's called a square. So this new moon is not a standalone energy. There are two competing forces. Aries is me, myself, and I. Cancer is family and friends and security. What can I do to help make the world a safer, more secure place? Well, gee, it felt a little insecure this weekend, didn't it? I was driving home from a friend's house on Saturday night at 10 p.m. and I turned the radio on and I said, oh my gosh, we've got bombings going on in Iran. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And the fear starts. And then the other thing, what can I do? Well, I can do nothing to prevent what the social political powers that be are doing in the outer world, except perhaps pray and put some positive spin on it and know astrology. Because I thought, Jupiter is attached to this. Every time Jupiter's in Cancer, which is the country's sun sign, things tend to kind of be protected. But that's another class and another discussion. So we may be exhaling right now, but please be advised that Canada and the United States of America are both Cancer countries, born on July 1st and July 4th, respectively. And with Jupiter in that sign, there's a life preserver energy in the Cancer part of our charts. And if you're a Cancer sun, you're really feeling it. With this new moon, spend some time in meditation if you can, specifically if you can, near water or maybe in the bathtub or in the shower, because Cancer is a water sign, and allow yourself to feel some guidance, feel some inward guidance. Why? Because Cancer rules the solar plexus, and it represents our internal GPS to give us guidance and formulate something that's going to unfold for you in the next month, something that's doable, that gives you safety and security. And if you know your chart, you want to place it where it falls in your chart, one of the 12 houses. I'll be going through that in a moment for you on a little Reader's Digest version, right? But I have to address the Sabian symbol of this new moon. It's not a very pleasant Sabian symbol. It's called the car wreck. So it goes something like this. A train and a car come to a crossing. The train hits the car and it's wrecked. The symbol doesn't say if anyone was injured in the car wreck, but the symbolic interpretation of this is that the car represents the individual and the train represents the public forces that be, right? Things outside of our control. I don't know about you, but I don't know many people who can be an individual and own a train and be the driver, the conductor of that train. There's a train by default is a public transportation. The car by default is an individual mode of transportation. So in this symbol, the car gets wrecked by the train. The train's bigger, stronger, whatever. But the symbolic interpretation is, and you might be feeling this, how am I an individual feeling potent in helping the collective? What can I do? What can I do to help the world? Kind of like what I was feeling on Saturday night. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go to war. No more wars, please. I'm sure many of you had that feeling as well. Well, you don't want to get wrecked by it. You don't want to lose sleep by what you can't or cannot do. So what you need to do, what you want to do, is put with this new moon energy a perspective that you can do something. And that can be taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. Take action on nurturing your friends, your family, those closest to you. So this is the message of this new moon. Working in my best interest. My best interest is to take care of my family. It makes me feel good. That's Aries, to create security. Meanwhile, look to where Virgo falls in your chart. Mars is still getting kind of adjusted in its transit in the sign of Virgo. And Mars can be a little active, a little irritated, a little angry, and it's a nitpicky Virgo. So look at the Virgo part of your charts and ask yourself this question. Am I overthinking, over-worrying, over-criticizing, especially myself? On the plus side, this Mars energy is sextiling, forming a supportive angle to the new moon and saying this to you: I can do this. I have a big event. I have a big goal. I have a big house cleaning project, a great meal to prepare, a party on the 4th. I don't know, but I can do it. So this is an I can do my goal without being wrecked. Don't look at these Sabian symbols as literal representations of what will happen. All right. I hope that makes sense. Hi, Lorianne. Hi, Cindy, Diane Wilson. Hello. Hello. Big hugs, you guys. Hi, Kat. Cancer, Sun, Aries, Moon. Wow, you're really feeling this, aren't you, Kat? PM, right? Hi, Donna. Hi, Michelle. Do share what you're feeling this week with this new moon. Hello, Rhonda. Hi, Sue. I will check the text message. Absolutely, darling. Hi, Kathy. You are really coming in strong today, Kathy. Remember, your moon is being nude. Nude, N-E-W-E-D, not N-U-D-E, right? Because Kathy's a Cancer moon. This is a good time. You beautiful Cancer person, Sam. Your birthday. We have to do a solar return chart for you. Hi, G. Sims from Australia. Thanks for being here. Yes, I can teach you, Nancy, how to do Zoom. Hello, Jan, R, and Cynthia, and Patricia. Yeah, it's cooling a tad bit. I'm a big believer in fans. Lots of fans. Oh, thank you, Dawn. You're very sweet. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Well, these nice compliments. I do have a new lipstick color on. It doesn't fall off either, so I can drink water and it'll stay there. Okay, let us do the next slide to give you some information about next week. So next week, when we meet again on Wednesday night at 8:30, this will be taking place. So what you want to do between now and next Wednesday is set your intentions. I want security for the people I love, and I'm going to take action without being wrecked. And being wrecked might involve being too worried or overthinking or overanalyzing or not sleeping, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, being kind to yourself. All right. And then on Wednesday, we have a square in the sky. The sun and the moon are doing this. And here's the Sabian symbol. The miners are surfacing from the coal mine. They're coming up to the light. So on a social political level, this might imply that by next Wednesday, more information is being uncovered about the state of pick a country, any country, pick a conflict, any conflict, pick something that is kind of hidden. It's a very Plutonian Sabian symbol, but things might come to light. Number one. Number two, moon is opposite Ceres. So the focus is on the moon, the quarter moon, next Wednesday in Libra, and it's asking us to watch what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, so you can nurture yourself and take care of yourself in a good way. And Libra, of course, is a sign of beauty and balance. And sometimes, we all know this, but sometimes we don't take time to do it. I know I don't always. present a meal to ourselves in a beautiful way. Sometimes we eat on the run. See, series is about food. Sometimes we're rushing or trying to take care of other people, whatever. Maybe at this next week's energy is suggesting that we have a beautiful presentation when we eat, or put music on, or slow down and balance yourself, finding beauty and balance in the form of eating. Diplomacy is also being very much activated next week, whether it be social, political, or in your own personal life. And Jupiter is in conjunct Pluto. What does that might mean? It's more of a mundane astrological comment, but Jupiter just makes everything big, and Pluto makes everything transformed. So there could be a diplomatic big movement next week, Wednesday. Fingers crossed, put those prayers out, take action. Don't be train wrecked, but know that any action you can do, and I do believe this with all my heart because it came to me in a meditation today. Sometimes the best we can do as individuals to impact the greater good, the greater collective, the greater world issues, is to create a vortex, a prayerful, meditative vibration, because we're all so powerful. We just don't believe it. All right, goodbye to the slides, and I'm going to give you a little look-see where this new moon is falling. If you are in Aries or Aries rising, the new moon is activating your home, your family, where you're living, how you're living. It might be as simply as you wanting to do a deep clean of your house, okay, to create more security within your home. For Taurus or Taurus rising, the new moon is activating your need to communicate, your need to organize your thoughts and to do paperwork, and perhaps also connect with your neighbors or your siblings. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, this is a great new moon, a great month for you to explore ways to create more abundance, more money in your life, and to value you first, and then change your income. All eyes are on the Cancer, sun signs, rising signs. This is like a second birthday for you today. When the sun and the moon are in your sign, you're able to feel things in a new way, like you haven't felt before. Leo or Leo rising, you may be feeling a little bit not noticed. And I mean that sincerely, because this is the month before your birthday, Leo. So Leo shines when the sun's in Leo. The month before our birthday, Leo, you may be feeling a little bit fatigued, but spiritually on fire. So use this new moon to activate your spiritual fire for meditation, prayer, and yes, retreat, rest. For Virgo or Virgo rising, the emphasis is on your friends, your groups, your associations. Who are your true friends? How do you want to become more socially expressive and delighted by the people that you know and share with? For Virgos. Libra rising, 10th house is being activated in your chart every year at this time. Take the lead. Be the leader in your career, in your community, and don't be shy, and be bold and be bright and be fearless. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this particular time of the year is fantastic for you to travel, to teach, to expand yourself, and speak your authentic truth. Don't be afraid. Again, get rid of the fear, because this new moon is squaring Aries energy, fearlessness. Take action. If you are Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this energy is asking you to take a look at the long-term financial plan that you've been thinking about doing and implant the plan. Do what you can do to create more financial long-term security for yourself and or transform and empower you. For our Capricorn friends or Capricorn rising friends, this is your relationship time of the year. And understand, a relationship is always compromise. It's always work. It's always the delicious dance of coming into balance between the opposition of another person. So you'll learn how to become a better partner Capricorn with this new moon. Aquarius, it's all about your work, your health, your communication, your truth. Take care of yourself. Instill discipline in your habit patterns, Aquarius. Last but not least is our beautiful Pisces friends or Pisces risers. It's all about play, fun, joy, and allow your inner creative child to come out and play. All right, there we have it. Let's do some spiritual work as well before we say goodnight. All righty. Yeah, I'll repeat for you, Marcy, because you're an Aries and we're never too late. Aries, the new moon is in your house of home and family, Marcy. I was making a joke that the Aries might want to slow down and clean their house or do some deep, now it's summer, cleaning. But it also means you're becoming more energized in finding your own inner security for yourself. Okay. All right. Hi, Lorianne. Hi, Paula. Hi, Judith. Hello, Cindy. This is very, very important for you, Miss Nancy Rosman, with the Cancer rising in the Aries. And beautiful Cindy, happy birthday to you, Cindy. Cancer, 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 absolutely. Hi, Maria from Australia. Hello. You're retiring 1 month from today. Congratulations, Kat. That's so awesome. All right. Hi, Deb from Maine. And happy, all you Cancer people. This is your time, right? You're Cancerian as well. See, like attracts like. Donnie has a big event at the end of July. You're not feeling stressed. Okay, there's time. Beautiful attitude, Donna. I love that. You are stress eating this week. Okay, remember I talked about Ceres being active next week, so you'll be more balanced with your emotional eating. Okay, thank you for the comment, Rhonda. All right, let's do some spiritual work. Dear God, please, and if you're new to this, please relax, sit down. I only do 2 reads, and they're completely, random. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration and healing for the highest, for the best, as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. I am with Candy Clark. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I spread your thing, Candy, but I'm coming to you for a reading. Okay. All right. I'm catching my breath as I'm tuning into you and trying to do some connection with the person in your family who just passed. I feel it's a man, and I feel he was going. He was relatively healthy, and he just passed very quickly. It was complications. It wasn't just heart. There's something else that was going on here with him. And I know you're not sitting down and doing astrology, but I'm going to say that he had been under pressure and tension. I'm feeling Mars, at least since November of last year, late November of last year. And so there's some touch and go situations with him. And his message for you, Candy, is that you are always so cheerful. Every single encounter he ever had with Candy, he called you something else, Candy Andy or something like this, or Canny, or he had a nickname for you. But every encounter he's ever had with you is always, you were his cheerleader and sweet. And he says, that's the way we all should be. He says, I'm sorry I wasn't always like that. So he's apologizing. For a personal note for you, Candy, as I'm tuning into your energy tonight, I'm seeing a garage door for some reason. And it feels like it's a garage door that has to be maneuvered or coaxed into alignment. I think this is a symbolic image. What I want to say to you is that you're chomping at the bit to take the car out. I don't even know you have a garage. It doesn't matter. It's a symbolic message for you. You got to get out of the garage and get going and doing something you've been wanting to do for a while. This might imply a trip, a class, or some other Sagittarian or Jupiterian endeavor that will break the ice for you and give you a little bit more joy in your life. Okay? And I hope that makes some sense for you, dear Candy. And all of us are sending you vibration of love and condolences. I am with Donna Lynn. Donna Lynn. Donna Lynn. I'm going to give you a little read, my dear. Donna Lynn. And thank all of you for being here. I just love seeing new faces. I see you inside my brain. Not always obviously just your name, but I get visuals. When I'm with you, Donna Lynn, I want to say that there's a woman in spirit. She was your grandmother or step-grandmother. She may not have been a biological grandmother, maybe a husband's grandmother, because she's not identifying as, but she was family. But she had a grandmother persona. And she was very young and very youthful until she passed when she was quite elderly. In other words, she took care of her mind first, not always her body. I'm getting some sort of inflammation. It was difficult for her to move her legs. In particular, there was swelling. And she's saying, honey, you'll never be like me because you take care of yourself. And she's saying that, because you mentioned this earlier, I used to emotionally eat and then some. She really went off the deep end. Those are her words. With food was her only comfort. She says, don't worry. It doesn't even compare to what you do. And she's giving me a beautiful bouquet, and they're I don't know the type of flowers, the name, but they're orangey, black-eyed Susans. They're black-eyed Susans. Maybe her name was Susan. I have no idea. But she's giving me this bouquet to give to you and saying when we get into the middle of July and the heat in the middle of summer in this area, you're going to be feeling that you're taking care of yourself in a new way. And she's saying one of the greatest traits you have is the ability to turn things around and make lemonade out of lemons. And you do that for other people. And she wants to do that for you right now, because sometimes you get a little emotional. And I'm picking up the Cancer energy in your own chart because you love so deeply and completely in your family. So she's coming in to give you a big hug and telling you that you are so much more than you realize, how you impact the people around you, especially your family. Okay. All right, dear friends, balance, balance, and more balance for all us all. Keep in mind that we're in the earliest part of the new moon cycle. So go ahead, make that wish and know that it might not seem that we can individually change the world, but every vibratory, positive, joyful, comforting message we give to other people reverberates, because we're getting into this time of human history when we're scientifically going to be proving all this woo-woo stuff that us spiritual people have been talking about for a long time. Get ready. Hold on to your hats. 7/7 is around the block. That's when Uranus goes into the sign of Gemini. A whole new era is going to be born. And yes, I'll have a class on it. And so will, of course, the CIA. I want to just direct your attention to this wonderful platform. The Cosmic Intelligence Agency never fails to deliver the latest astrological trends, and I call them cosmic alerts. So God bless you all. Have a great week. And we'll talk next time on Wednesday at 8:30. Many blessings.